Meanwhile, in that substantive policy book of Sarah Palin, she has an interesting revelation. She says that she gave the interview to Couric, the one that got her in so much trouble because she didn't know any of the questions, because she heard from a McCain advisor that Couric had low self-esteem. And so she felt sorry for her. She felt pity for Couric and wanted to help assist her out. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. How can any Republican be so stupid as to believe that? I mean, really, you can't believe that, can you? I mean, because you can say, hey, you know what, the interview didn't work out well for her. You could even say, oh, Couric, she tried to ambush her with questions that were hard. Most of us didn't think they were hard. Maybe you can say that. But really, do you believe that Sarah Palin pitied Couric and said, let me give you my brilliance, okay, and I grant you this interview? Well, if you do believe that, you certainly are not going to agree with what Nicolle Wallace says. Nicolle Wallace is the McCain advisor who Palin referred to, saying that, hey, you know, she's the one that told me that Couric has low self-esteem, and then to do Couric a favor, I took this interview. And so they went and asked Nicolle Wallace. They said, is that true? Former campaign advisor to John McCain. She said, quote, it's not true. Then she laughed out loud on the phone. And then she said, it's ridiculous. But it gets better. Here's Nicolle Wallace on Sarah Palin. She lacked the knowledge base to stand in front of the press corps that was traveling with her and answer questions. Because of the success of the convention speech, the feeling was that she should be exposed to as many people as possible directly, not through a media filter. The way to do that was to do interviews with the anchors. Meaning, we were scared to death that if she goes to a press conference and they keep throwing questions at her, she doesn't know anything, so she's going to be in a lot of trouble. The best, softest way to do interviews normally is to go sit down with anchors because they keep pitching you softballs. That's a really interesting, comment on the media, by the way. The problem is, Couric, softballs were even too hard for Sarah Palin, and what Couric did right, and to be fair to her, I'm not saying her questions were softballs. She just followed up. All she said was, wait, you didn't really answer the question. Could you, here, I'll try it again. No? Still, better. Anybody? Right? So, Nicolle Wallace continues and tells you why Sarah Palin did so badly in interviews. She said, the truth is, she refused to prepare for the Couric interview. She refused to engage in any preparation, and it was a disaster. Look, I don't know why you think Nicolle Wallace would be lying, but the apologists on the Republican side, they say, oh, she's disgruntled, the former employee, but she's not. She stayed with the campaign throughout. The McCain people liked her. McCain liked her. She fought hard for the campaign. I saw her on TV many times. We ran the clips. We countered the points that she was making. She's on Team Republican. She's just telling you know what Sarah Palin said isn't true, and if you care about the Republican Party, don't go in that direction. Not only is she ignorant, but she's proud of her ignorance and so arrogant and haughty that she thinks she doesn't have to know anything to run for vice president. Look, if you don't heed Nicolle Wallace's warnings and you believe that Sarah Palin really gave the interview to Couric because she felt pity for her, well, there's nothing I can do to help you. I mean, you live in a whole different world. It ain't the reality-based world. And on your planet, I don't know what the temperature is, but I wish you luck on that planet. And I don't know if we want to make contact with you at some point, but you're in a different world than us. And nothing I say is going to convince you otherwise. So have at it. Enjoy.
Watch a live show 24/7 at theyoungturks.com.